All right. So we got less than 48 hours. Less than 48 hours before we take off, get down to Charlotte for the Black Enterprise Entrepreneur Summit. And there's just a few things I want to go over with everybody to make sure that we're locked in and focused for these 2 days. We got Thursday and we got Friday, and we need to be locked in because this is honestly, it's a great opportunity for us. It's probably the biggest opportunity for us exhibiting that we've ever taken advantage of. So we've invested a lot into this. So we need to make sure that we're clicking on all cylinders, and we make sure we use this opportunity to improve our brand awareness. Because honestly, very few people know about our company, first and foremost, and then secondly, very few people actually know what it is that we really specialize in and do. So we got to make sure that we nail this, and it starts with these 3 things right here. It starts with these, okay? We're going to start with these 3 things. So first and foremost, while we're out there, we need to show and prove that we are here to educate small businesses. First and foremost, educate small businesses about the various state, local, and federal government contracting opportunities that are out there and available to them. First and foremost, we are going to educate them about those opportunities, as well as the various systems and things that they need to set up as far as business development and business process improvement. Next, we are here to empower these same small businesses. That means it means we are providing them the tools and the resources necessary for them to address the various contracting barriers that are in government contracting. Again, we've done our research, we've done our due diligence, we know that the contracting barriers are there and they exist, but we're going to provide these small businesses the tools and the resources to address those contracting barriers, to get those out of the way. So no longer have to worry about those contracting barriers, so now you're free to do what? You're free to execute. And that is what we are all about. We're all about that 3rd phase, that execution phase. So once we educate them and we empower them, we now force them and push them towards execution. Okay? Now, the second side of this, which y'all gonna have to just hear me out. The second side of this, for those who we have educated and empowered, who fail to execute, let me clarify this. Those that are ready, willing, and able, the key word able, to execute after they've been educated and empowered, but refuse to do so or fail to do so, we gotta make them regret it. We gotta make them regret it. We borderline gotta rub it in their face. We're gonna rub it in their face a little bit. This is different than any tactic that we've used before. But honestly, it's the way that we should have always been doing it. Because at the end of the day, we are a consulting firm. We are a fact-based consulting firm, which means whether they like it or not, we're gonna put it in front of them. We're gonna show it to them. And that's something that we've dropped the ball on. We have not done a great job. We haven't done a good job at celebrating the wins of our clients, our strategic partners, or even our own wins as a firm. You know, so we've held multiple contracts, state, local, federal. Our clients, our strategic partners, state, local, federal, have held multiple contracts for years now, but we have not done a great job celebrating those wins and those accomplishments. And that's what we now must do. We must make companies that are able to execute after we've empowered and educated them. We must make them regret that decision. We must make them regret that failure to execute. And the reason that I'm saying this, and the reason that I'm using that word specifically, is because that's how people say pain sometimes is the best motivator, or fear is the best motivator. Because after going through that feeling of regret or having that emotion, you're not going to make that same mistake twice. And that's where we have to get a lot of our fellow small, minority, and women-owned businesses too. We got to get them to that point. And that's why I even use the word force them to execution. We've all heard the saying, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. We're going to get real close to making them drink. It's like I say, either they're gonna live with that regret for a very long time, or they're gonna drink that water. They're gonna drink that water. And I want you to think about this. So again, we're on the same page with this, because I know I'm looking at some of y'all's faces. Y'all like, man, that's really rough. Think about it. If you were able to back at inception with Under Armour, would you have invested? If you knew about the opportunity and you were able to invest, would you have invested? Now, if you knew about it, you were able to invest, and you didn't, how would you feel today? So think with Under Armour, Uber, Facebook, all these major technology companies, these major brands that are out here now, at some point in time, they were seeking investors. They were seeking some buy-in from some people. And there are a lot of people in our communities that are constantly saying, I don't really know. Well, let me see something. Let me see somebody else do it. Let me wait till this happens or that happens. We don't have time for that anymore. We watched it, right? We've seen it. We've seen millions of dollars of contracts slip through our fingers week after week after week. Because what? Because we don't have enough strategic partners. We don't have enough clients to help us take these contracts down. Over $30 million in contracts we assisted in getting awarded last year. And how do we feel about that? We didn't feel good about it at all. We felt that we could have did at least 10 times that. But what did we need? At least 10 times more clients. At least 10 times more strategic partners and alliances. That's what we needed. And in order for us to really garner that kind of respect, to garner that kind of following, people have to know about what it is that we're doing and how it is that we do it. And again, it starts with educating, then empowering, and then forcing to execution. And the way we're going to force them to execution is we're going to continue to celebrate our wins, our accomplishments, let them know the facts of the numbers that are out there, the kind of money that the federal government is spending, the local government is spending on the state level. People have to know, because it seems that not only do they have to know that it was relevant to them. So, because we do a good job of sending out the opportunities to specific companies, but we don't send them after the opportunity passed and they didn't submit that bid in, they didn't respond. We don't send them that award notification from another company saying, yeah, this bid that you didn't respond to, somebody else won that for $1.3 million. That's where we got it. That's what I'm saying about rubbing it in their face a little bit. We got to make them consider, like, wow, that could have been me. I had the stuff right there in front of my face. The opportunity was there. I was educated. I was empowered to take advantage of it. I was ready, willing, and able, but I failed to execute. Because again, we're not like most consulting firms. We don't just talk with them about it. We're walking them through these processes step by step. So if something comes up and they've got a question about it, who's there to address it? So there's no excuse for them not moving forward on these opportunities, because we're telling them, if something comes up, we're here. We're ready to help you address it. Okay? So at this conference, educate, empower, execute. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to knock them dead. Let's go.